welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Misty and this is my channel Skeeter Jones, or Misty at Skeeter Jones. And this week I'm bringing to you again the package that I think I showed you a while back. Things are kind of running together right now for me with all the wedding planning. My brain's kind of turning into mush a little bit. But I believe I already went over the pack that Pat sent to me, Pat Garza, and I'll have a link to her channel in the description of this video. But she had sent me some craft items along with some items of hers to repair and send back to her. And we just kind of bartered that service with a nice package of crafting materials. So some of those we're going to craft right here, or just some of them are just repair jobs. We're going to do them right here in the sale video and then offer them up. But then also I'll show you one of the pieces of Pat's that I've already repaired. And then to try to still keep with having 30 items offered in a video, I'm going to make up the difference with some things a few things that you've seen before and some that you have not. So let's just jump right in with it. If you're interested in anything from today's video, just contact me, skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com, and we will work it out there. So some of the items just really needed a little wipe down, and the first item I'm going to show you is one of those. It's this faux tortoise, faux horn lucite. I think lucite because it's so clear like that, so I believe this would be lucite bracelet. And it's got these nice earthy tones, the dark brown, light brown, and then the clear, like sort of caramel color in between. It's really nice. It's very nice. And it's a size about 8 1/4. Very pretty. Sorry about the reflection of the light there, which I'm about to have that remedied. I have a boom that you clamp to the table to hold a camera, so I might be able to do some jewelry more front facing, but and then maybe you won't see that little ring reflecting on some things. But back to the thing at hand, which is this bracelet. It's just got some really light surface scratching. I'll give it another wipe down. I'm seeing some little spots that were just left behind from the last time I wiped it down. So I'll wipe it down again. And it's really pretty and it's in great condition. That's going to start us off. And I think this is going to be, I'm recording way ahead of time. And I'll go into that in just a minute. But you may have heard the story already if you've been here for a while. But let's see, we'll do this really pretty faux tortoise bracelet for $4. Item number 1. So I'm recording way ahead of time, and I believe this one is going to actually be the first video in March. I'm trying to record ahead all the way through April because March is always busy for my family, and then this year, April is going to be really busy as well. So I'm not sure what I had. I separated things out with the supplies that I'm going to craft with for those items. I'm going to wait just a minute before I get into those. This one's going to be a simple one here, I think. Someone actually contacted me about this one after I initially showed the items from Pat, and said, you should make a bracelet out of the thing with the 4 links and the rhinestone. And I thought she was talking about this, but then after I looked back at the item she was talking about, that one is actually in today's video too, I believe. I think I have all the parts set aside for that. But this I thought was a piece of a necklace. Turns out that it's just a bracelet that's missing a clasp. So I'm going to take care of that right now. I also bought some things new that I wanted to offer up to everybody, and I'll be showing those maybe about halfway through the video here. There we go. That's all this one needs, is just a clasp. I was getting ready to see if I could open up all the little prongs and harvest all of the rhinestones out of this, because I didn't really have a necklace that I could use to repair this one with as a necklace. But then I found out that it wasn't a necklace in the first place when I started looking closer at it. We got a nice close on that ring, and there we are. A gorgeous little rhinestone bracelet with a new clasp. This is what it looks like on. Very, very pretty. And honestly, that may look glitzy and glammy and dressy, but I know I say it a lot. This will be great to wear on just t-shirt and jeans day. It's really good to dress up even just your most casual outfits just a little bit. You don't have to put on a whole dressy vibe or anything like that. Just, I don't know, just snazz things up a little bit. So this is a 7 at its smallest, and it's you get a good bit of length here on this extender. Honestly, it could maybe be an anklet. Well, I don't know. Maybe. It could maybe be an anklet, depending on how small your ankles are. This is a 9 3/4 at its longest. So very pretty. And all of the rhinestones, well, let me give you a little drive-by of it. All the rhinestones are there, and they're very sparkly, very pretty rhinestones. None of them are dulled. None of them are dead stones. When you're taking care of your rhinestone jewelry, don't submerge it in water, because if water gets behind a stone, that can cloud it up, and you won't be able to get it back. So this is item number 2, and this gorgeous piece is, let's see, we're going to do that for, we'll do that one for $6, but I see a little rhinestone right here in the bag. So let me look and see if there's one missing that I overlooked. I did, right there. So I'm going to replace that. I wasn't planning on that in this video, so I know you've heard, if you've been here for any amount of time, that I've got to keep my videos to an hour and a half, because my editing app does not like it to go any longer. Okay, I need to get my prong setting tool so I can close those prongs, and I'm going to just do that off camera. So there we go. That's going to be replaced off camera just so I can save video time. So I will be right back, and we'll go into item number 3. Okay, did it off camera, but that's the stone right there, completely reset. I bent the prongs back down over it. One of the prongs had actually been bent all the way out, so that's how that stone fell out. So I actually put a little bit of adhesive underneath it and then closed the prongs back over, so the adhesive will give it some more staying power. I like to do that whenever I replace a stone. So here it is. That's the one right there that I just replaced, and all the rest of them are there. I gave it a good closer look before I brought it back to show to you again. So that's item number 2 for $6 with a freshly reset stone and a brand new lobster clasp. Okay, moving right along. These are some nice little boho earrings. They just needed some cleaning, so I did that. I got a bath in the ultrasonic, but they have this silver tone little chain fringe, this copper heart with the peace sign in it, a little puffy brass heart, and then a regular peace sign, and a little faux pearl that sort of got a coppery color to it, and then this brassy colored chain. So all the mixed metals that are kind of popular right now, very boho looking, and they're kind of long, but they're really pretty. So there we go. I can't find my tape measure. Oh, here it is. About 3 inches long. Here comes Earlene to show you how they look when you wear them. And there we go. That'll be another benefit of having the using the boom arm is I'll be able to stand Earlene upright. So it'll give an even more clear picture. So these keep rolling off my hand. There we go. That's about how it would look on. But really pretty, nice and fun, and casual. Those are number 3. And we'll just do these little cuties for $3, just 3 for $3. They have that sort of antiqued, weathered look to them on purpose, I believe, because I gave them a nice cleaning, and a good bit came off, but then some of that weathered appearance stayed. So I think it was it's there intentionally. Okay, here is a cute little ring. There was nothing wrong with this, but I actually found something out about this. It's a, this slides out, and let's see, where is it? Somewhere inside here. There it is. Hopefully I can tilt that where you'll be able to see it. It's Avon. So apparently this probably came with a set of little interchangeable little acrylic rings that you could slide in for a different look. You can wear it that way, or you can even turn it this way if you like the little band going across right there. But there it is, it's silver tone. It may have at one time been gold tone because this little textured inside has just the slightest little light wash of gold tone. But on the outside, all the tone is gone. If it did start out being gold tone, all of that's gone. And it has a nice silver tone finish. And I'm guessing probably stainless steel maybe for the base metal, because there's no copper or anything like that showing through. But it's really pretty. The color is a nice sort of orangey, reddish orangey coral color. Maybe it's supposed to be a faux coral. And we're looking at a size about 6 1/4 on that. And that's really nice. That's number 4. This nice convertible Avon ring. And we'll do that. Let's just do 4 for $4. And don't worry, it's not going to go up. Like, we're not going to get to item number 30 and necessarily it be $30 just because of that. The reason I popped this out again just now was to show you you could probably just even wear it like that, without the insert in it, either with that side up or that side. So a little convertible, and if you have any ring, actually any band that's this width, you can use it to convert or style with any band that'll fit in there. So that'll be really pretty to interchange with your outfits. Okay, let's actually do a little bit of polishing. So these earrings needed some polishing and some green removal. So I've already polished one, and you can see the difference that it makes. This one's been polished, this one has not. So hopefully it's coming across on camera. This one has a much brighter golden sheen to it. And the places where the tone was worn, there actually was worn tone, like right there. You can barely even see it, but it had dirt in it, which made the wear look worse than it really was. It used to look like this one. And that just looks like all the tone is gone in these little spots, but that's not the case, and I'm about to show you. And then we'll take a cotton swab and alcohol and take care of all the green, and then you'll see how I do that. So here's my Wright's silver polish. I actually saw recently Suzie at Dragonfly Bees, she used ketchup to polish, and I actually have heard of that trick, have never tried it before, have never even actually seen anyone demonstrate it, but she has a short that she did, or actually I don't remember if it was a short or if it was a video, but she demonstrated that and it actually worked really well. So if you can't get your hands on some rights, which is what I swear by, look at that. Ketchup apparently will do the trick. I'll try to link Suzie's video in the description of this. But look at that, where it looked like it was just black because like all the tone was gone. You know, you find out that it's actually just dirt. Or maybe sometimes a little bit of where, look at, you wouldn't have thought that much was on this little earring. Well, actually, it's kind of a big earring, but there's more dirt hiding on your jewelry usually than you realize. So I'm only going to do one side on camera. I'll do the other side off camera, again, to save video. But I did the worst side, the one that had all the black marks on it. Get a little bit more polish. So hopefully I'll also be able to show you pretty soon an estate sale haul that I got. My husband and I went out on Valentine's Day and we had brunch, and on our way back we just happened to pass by an estate sale, and he knows I love those, so they're not really his thing, but he knows I like them, so he said let's stop. So we did, and it was, it was a Saturday, which means it was, the last day of the sale. And usually there's no jewelry left. Or either there is some, but it's way overpriced, and that's why it's still there. But there was a good bit of jewelry, and it wasn't overpriced. So I don't really know. Maybe they didn't advertise this estate sale very well. But I benefited because I got some really nice pieces of jewelry. There was some there that was a little overpriced, and I'll talk about that in the video of the estate sale. But look how much brighter that is. Look at all this that came off. And those black spots are either very, very diminished, or some of them are actually gone entirely. And then this is the side I haven't polished yet. So I'll do this side off camera, and then I'll also show you a little bit of how I remove the green, and then I'll do all the rest of that off camera as well, just so we can save some video time. But I'll be right back. Okay, so I went off camera and I did all of the polishing, and you can still see, if you look closely, like a little bit of scratching and stuff, but a good thing about the texture that's on these is that it hides some of that. So they look really nice. They've got a lot of life left in them, even though if you look very, very closely, you can see little dings and scratches, especially if you look from different angles really up close. But just in general wear, it's not really going to show. This verdigris just isn't going to be friendly about coming off. So that's why I brought those hooks, was just in case that happened. We would just take off these posts and then just replace them with hooks. So that's what we're about to do now. Post removed off of that one. So I'm just going to then put the hook on and close it up. And the same thing with the other one. And there we go. It's just going to the trash. Ready for their new lease on life. Let me bring Earlene over to show you how they look. Really pretty. Lots of life left in these. They just needed to be polished up, and it was really surprising how much came off of these when they were polished. We'll get a little bit bigger bag. So, well, before I put something in there, it'll be easier to write on it while the bag is empty. This is going to be number 5. And these have some wear. They're scratched up. They've got some tone loss, but they look a lot better now that they've been polished. We'll just do them for $2 because of all the wear on those, but it's not going to be really evident unless somebody looks close. Okay, this one is just a quick repair. This was also in that lot that Pat sent. I'm not bringing everything to you that she had in that lot, but a lot of these items are. I think about half of today's show is from that lot. So this is gold tone chain, which is in really pretty condition. It looks like it really hasn't ever been worn. It may have been, but it's not really apparent. So you have faux pearls and then little glass bicones, little shell beads. Then you have these bead caps, little gold tone spacers. It looks very luxe, very plushy and lushy and drippy. It's gorgeous. So the problem with it is just the 2 of the strands have just come undone from their ring up here. Oh, I forgot this had a name tag on it. Oh, this is Premier. I totally forgot that this was Premier. But the only problem is that these 2 little ends came detached from this ring right here. So all I'm going to do is open this ring up and reattach them, and we'll be done. So let me find out the right order for these. I'm going to get all of this stuff out of here because space is already limited in my light box. So this is the order they're in on this side, so I want to put them in the same order on this side. So the next one is going to be this one, and then this one will go last. So I'll just open up. Which jump ring is it? This one. I've got to find the end of it first. I get lost in thought and start concentrating, and I forget that I need to be talking to you while I'm doing this. Okay, well, there's the end, but is it in the right place? Okay, I think so. It is. Okay, time to open it up. And I'll put on first this one. And then this one with the bigger glass beads on it. Well, it's not wanting to go through. The little opening is not wanting to fit over the jump ring. Okay, we finally got it, I think. No? There we go. Now to close it up. Great closure on that. But it looks like the closure on this ring that's holding the clasp isn't the best. So I'm going to, yeah, that's sort of like weirdly overlapped. So let me correct that so it'll be closed a little more securely. And the clasp won't be dropping off, because we wouldn't want that to happen. Okay, much better right there. So let's close this up and give you a measurement on it. So it looks like a brand new Premier Designs faux pearl and glass bead and shell and gold tone necklace. I love how all of those elements look together. Okay, the length on it is 8 inches, and that's a drop measurement. And then we have a 3-inch extender. And here are all of these nice sparkly elements. It's got some nice weight to it. The faux pearls are glass, and then you have the glass beads and the shells and all the pretty gold tone. And it does look kind of new to me. It's going to be number 6, and I'm going to do it for $7. It's gorgeous. It looks new. And it's Premier Designs. So here we are with number 7. These little hammered, very light gold tone earrings I just polished up off camera. They did have more gold tone than you see here. Some of it came off with polishing. They had a lot of stuff on them, like hairspray and stuff probably. And as I was cleaning it with the ultrasonic and then some Dawn and a little brush, none of it really was coming off. So I used some Wrights, and that lifted up some of the gold tone, but it didn't make them look bad. And it got all the stuff off. So you can see on this side there's a little bit more gold tone in some places here on the back. But right here on the front of these, they look great. So these are going to be there'll be a really good deal on these, just because the gold tone is not uniform across the entire earring, but it doesn't look bad. So let me get this on Erlene. And that's how they look. If you look closely, you can see, well, really not so much on that side as on this side. You can see places where there's a little bit more gold tone than in others, but it blends together. It could look intentional. It doesn't look bad at all to me, but they might just be just the thing you're looking for. And they're going to be a great deal. They're 2 inches, and they're going to be number 7. And we're just going to do those for $1, just because of all the wear and I mean, by tone loss is what I meant when I said wear, because of all that tone loss. But again, they still have some life left in those. But $1 for number 7. Okay, this is going to be number 8 and 9. You may remember this from the opening, where I opened the things from Pat. So this mesh, I did look at it. I remember, you may remember that I told you I wasn't sure if this mesh could be saved or not, and I don't think it can be. So I'm going to harvest this extender and clasp and use those on another project in the future. And I'm going to take this gorgeous little filigree flower and make it into a purse charm, and then I'm going to repair these earrings right here. So let's get going on it. The first thing I'm going to do is take off this that I'll just put in my supplies for another project at another time. thing I like to do, I've got to close this ring so it doesn't get separated in my supplies. I want it to stay with the other things that match it. But one thing I like to do is always save things, even if I'm not going to use it in the upcycle that I'm working on at the moment. I want to save things that I know will be useful on a future project. The object is to actually throw away as little as possible. There we go, and I keep this all together so that when I need it, I've got matching rings, matching clasp, and everything all together. So now I can just slide this. Unfortunately, the chain is not salvageable because it's crushed right there, and I can't get that uncrushed. Now I'm going to, let's see, I have to figure out a way that I can, oh wait, can I open this? Actually, I think I can open that little bail. Let me look closer at that. Okay, there's a little, you see this little thing sticking out? It used to be folded upward, so off camera I unfolded that. So now I can pull that off. And the reason I wanted to take the bail off is because it, was too wide to fit around this ring. I don't have another ring big enough to accommodate the width of the bail. And if I hung the bail from the key ring, it would look strange. So I'm going to save the bail also for another project at another time. And I'm going to hang the flower directly from the ring that's right here on the clasp. And this one's going to be a really simple there we go. Let me straighten up that ring just a little bit. And there we are. Have the key ring on the back and the nice little filigree dimensional flower with all of these layers in it. And it's nice little rosy, not really very rosy, but kind of rose, gold tone. And then we'll go ahead and bag that one up. That's going to be number 8. And there wasn't a whole lot to this one, so this one I'm not gonna ask as much as I normally would on a purse charm, just because there wasn't really a whole lot that had to go into this as far as work and everything. So let's just do $5 for that one. I love that. Now let's see what I can do about these earrings. See, so this was the problem. One completely fell off. Oh, okay, so that's all I'm going to have to do, because how this other one is attached is just with a little jump ring directly to the bottom of the clip. And just the jump ring is missing from this one. So I wonder, yeah, I'm just going to use the jump rings off of this extender, and I'm going to have to replace this one too, because they're not the same kind. So this one's actually a little bit bigger, so the earrings would hang lower than the other. So I'm going to take this one off and replace it with this one, and then I'm going to use this ring right here to attach this one to its clip. So let's get going on that. Actually, I don't even have to take that off the card to do this repair. Or is it a repair? It's a repair for one of them. It's a, I don't know, upgrade, I guess, to the other one. Oh, wrong pliers. So there we go. I'm going to save this one, so I'll go ahead and clip it just right here onto this extender so they don't get separated. And these rings that I thought I would be using for some other project a long time from now, I'm actually about to use right now. And this will be a pretty quick change job. I think, hopefully, the opening is going to accommodate this ring. Let me come out of the light box so I can look closer. Okay, yes, it was wide enough to accommodate it. I keep picking up the wrong pliers. Okay, so very carefully close that ring up. I'm going to leave as few birthmarks as possible. Okay. So there we go with that one. And we take the ring off of the other end and attach the other flower. And then still saving that for some future project. That took a minute because the other earring, actually the hole that's drilled in the bottom for the ring is smaller on this one than on this one. So I ended up having to replace the rings altogether because I didn't have, a matching set. The one that was already attached didn't have one exactly like it. Then the two off of the extender, one fit through the earring and one of them did not. So I just got two completely different rings out of my stash. And so the rings are a little bit larger because that's all I had that was in a good color to go with these. And there they are attached. And that's what our earrings look like now. I'm going to save this bail for another project at another time. And we'll bring over Earlene to give you a look at these. And look how pretty that is. They're big, but they're very dainty because of this light filigree, which is really pretty. Very dimensional and layered. I love those. Those are so pretty. Okay, so there's not a thing wrong with them, new on card, except that the ring needed to be replaced. And then the necklace that came with is now a purse charm. So here are these, and I can't really tell what the brand is. LAFEI, or I don't know if there was another letter after the A, but I'm not familiar with that at all. These are going to be number 8. And let's just do these also for $5. So the earrings and the purse charm, if you wanted to get them as a set, that would be the same price that I normally ask for just a purse charm. That would be a nice set to get. Oh, you know what? I have those down for the same number. Why did I do that? So the purse charm was 8, so the earrings are 9. Don't want to start double numbering already. There we go. So if you got the purse charm and the earrings together, it would be the price that I would normally ask for just a purse charm, number 8 and number 9. You don't have to get them together. Okay, number 10 is another repair. These earrings, one was missing a hook and the other one has a sad hook. So let's give it a happier ear wire and give these another life, another chance at life. Well, this ear wire has had a hard time. There we go. It'll be really easy to set these new ones on there. There we go. And we'll just close that right up. And then as soon as I get this other one made, we'll bring over Erlene to show you how they look. It's just these pretty sort of brushed gold tone teardrop shaped hoops, like dangle hoops. There we go. That was a quick fix. And here comes our model to show you how those look. Love that. And they are about 2 or 3 inches, I think. Yeah, 3 inches from the top of the hook to the bottom of the teardrop, and across the widest part about 1.25 inches. Number 10. And we'll just do those for $2. Okay. The next one's going to be another upcycle. It was this really pretty earring that has the look of a mystic topaz or watermelon. Is it watermelon topaz? No, it's watermelon tourmaline. So it has the look of that, but it's a Saracov, I think. Yeah, it's a Saracov and tree clip earring, but it didn't have a match. And so we're going to just take it right off of this clip. And it's going to become a pendant. This chain is one that I had in my stash. Let's see, I'm not sure if I opened this ring up wide enough. I didn't. Let me open it a little wider. So I think for one of my sales in February, I ended up having to do only part of the video and then to be within my 90 minutes and then did the second part of the video the same day. And I might end up having to do that with this one because with all of this repair and crafting, I'm going to probably go over my limit, my time limit, before I get to 30 pieces. So we'll see. All right, so there's our new pendant. And here's this chain. It's this double Rolo link, which I think is really nice. So it's going to go like this. Is the basic look. Like that. So I've already got this little chunky ring opened up. Well, I thread it through. I was trying to hold it with the pliers, but I think it'll just be easier to hold it with my fingers. There, and then put the pendant on, and then the other side of the chain. This one cleaned up very beautifully. It was cloudy and had some schmutz on it. This little earring, but it cleaned up very nicely. It's a good close on that. And there we are. That's really pretty. I love the colors on that. And this chunky chain is perfect with this chunky setting. It has a about a 7, well no, it has an 8-inch drop. And the chain has really not any wear on it at all. And it still has the Sarah mark right there, although now it's not a Sarah Coventry necklace just because, you know, that brand didn't come up with this design. But there it is. It's gorgeous. Love the colors. Very bright, very sparkly, and look how thick that cut is. It's gorgeous. The pendant part of it is almost 2 inches. That's beautiful. And it's going to be our number 11. And we're going to do this one for $7. The stone just alone is worth it. Okay. Number 12 is this earring. Again, from that same lot that Pat sent. This gold tone back on it. Acrylic black stones and these little glass rhinestones and a pretty little carved rose in a cream color. And it was a single, so it's going to now be a pendant. That's the easiest upcycle to do for a single pierced earring. So first I'm going to straighten up the post. It sort of was laying over to the side. And then I'm going to just curl it up into a bail. It might be easier to do it with the chain already on there. And when I say easier, I just mean easier in that then I don't have to thread the chain into the bail after the fact. And then when I curl the post around, I want to make sure that I tuck the end so it won't snag on clothes or anything, just so it'll look nicer. And then I want to leave little to no gap, like right there at the end. And then after I get all of that done, I'll put a little adhesive right where the post attaches, just to reinforce it. And there's our finished new necklace. Look how pretty it is. I'll polish it up just a little bit. There's some very, very minor surface scratching on these acrylic stones, but I'll clean and polish those up. The rhinestones are very bright. You got your little faux pearl and your pretty little rose. So let's give you a drop measurement. That is about 7.5 inches drop. I thought that was 8 inches. Let me measure again. It is, well, no, it's 7.5 inches. And the drop is the drop because there's not an extender. And let's lay it all out for you. And there she is. That's going to be our number 12. And that'll be $5. The chain is new. The chain is from a lot of chains that I've mentioned before that I got from Jeanette at Gigi's Gems. And I have another Gigi's Gems coming up in maybe next week. I don't know. I'm filming these so far ahead of time. It's hard for me to keep track of what's coming up next because as I'm filming this March video, it's Valentine's Day week. So I'll be right back. Next is the bracelet or necklace pieces that one of y'all messaged me about. And I think this is the piece you were referring to at that time. And I was thinking the same thing, that I believe there would be able to make a pair of earrings, and maybe you'd be able to make more than one pair if these rings at the top and bottom of each one of these panels was, or each one of these little settings was oriented differently, because you only have two here that have their rings oriented in the same direction. This one only has one ring on it. And this one could be one of a pair of earrings, but the only other one that could go with it, the rings are oriented differently. So I've got two right here that I can make a matching pair of earrings with. And then I've got this little necklace over here that I'm going to use with this one to make a pendant. And then I'll probably end up saving this one for something else and saving this one for something else. They'll probably eventually be pendants also. But first, let's make those earrings because that's going to be the fastest job to do. And let's see, I'll use these pliers. I'll just open up this ring to slide that one off. And then open up the ring on the next one and the next one. So this one we're going to save for now. Then this one and this one will be earrings. Well, wait a minute. No, these two. These two will be earrings. And they're going to have little crystals dangling off the ends of those. So I like the little end on these ear wires. I like it to be the end of the little crystal dangle. So I'm going to straighten these ear wires out and just use them as beading wires. Okay, got to get them as straight as possible so those little crystals will slide down easily. And then I thread each one on, and I just like how that looks, the little finished bead at the end. Okay, then now I will use my looper. It's really cool how this thing works. It cuts off the excess and makes the loop all at one time. And that saves a little bit of work. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to close up these loops that I had to open before to separate everything. And then I'll hang the crystal, the freshly wired crystal, to the bottom where I just closed that loop. And then finish closing up the loop that's on the crystal. So there's our first little earring part. I'll go ahead and make the next one also. I love that looper. I haven't had it for very long, but I love the time saving that it brings. And then I close this little wire. There we go. And now I'll attach the ear wires, and those will be done. Okay, first earring. And as soon as I get the second one completed, then we will bring Earlene over. And there we are. So here she comes. Here's how those look. Those are really pretty and really sparkly. They are about, let's see, just over an inch long. And those are going to be number 12. No, wait a minute. There's going to be number 13. And we'll do those for $4. And then now the pendant. I'm going to take this pendant off of this broken piece of necklace. And then this will be for another project another day. What do I have in? Oh, I brought extra ear wires just in case. Looks like I have an extra crystal too. Okay, here's our necklace. And this necklace may be too long for the type of pendant I have in mind to go on it. Let me take a closer look at it. Yeah, that chain was not going to work at all. So I got a different chain, which is more sparkly, I think, so it'll probably work better with the rhinestones. So I'm going to bend around the loop on this one and then hang it. Let's see, does it look better this way or this way? I think like that maybe, because it looks sort of like a little infinity sign that way. And then curl that loop around. There we go. Then nothing left to do but to put it on a jump ring and hang it on the necklace. I just realized I was off camera. Okay, there we go. The reason I want to close the ring with the necklace already in it instead of making the pendant and then threading the necklace through is that sometimes the rings at the end won't fit through that ring. So there we are. And then there she is. That's really, really cute. Just a simple little bit of rhinestone and silver tone. It's an 8.5 inch drop, and then your pendant here is about 2 inches long. This is really sparkly S chain, and again, this chain is one of those that I got in that lot from Jeanette. And then you have this teardrop link, and then this one hanging, so they're oriented sort of in an infinity style. And there we go. This one has a little bit of a birthmark on it back here on that ring, so I'll sand that down and make sure it's nice and smooth. But there she is. And this one is going to be number 14. And we'll do this one also for $4, like the earrings. So you could have the earrings and the necklace, if you bought them together, that is, $8 for the two of them. That's where I'm getting $8 from. So that's number 14. And then let's see, anything we can do right now with these. This can easily be a pendant, but let's see, I don't really have a necklace that I can hang it on right now, so I'll bring that one back when I bring back the other things from Pat. And so this is number 15. It'll be the last item I'm going to bring you from the Crafty Things of Pat's. It'll be the last one I'm going to bring you today. I'll bring them all back eventually. But I will show you one of Pat's personal items that I've already repaired, and then we'll go into the rest of the items for sale. So this, oh, you just saw me take the ribbon off the top. It was some kind of ornament, maybe, something that hangs from your mirror in your car, but it just had a little organza ribbon at the top. And it has the Bible verse, love is patient, love is kind, love never fails, on this pretty angel. And it's maybe stainless, I think. Can't really tell what the metal is on that, but it's really pretty, and it's about 3 inches long, about 2 inches wide at its widest point. And we're just going to make this into a little purse charm. Very easy to do. Just by hanging the clasp directly onto that little halo. And there's not a whole lot to this upcycle either. Well, as soon as I say that, I'm getting a ring right here that's a little bit fussy. There we go. And there we are, all done. And this clasp has a little paisley design on it. And there we go. I'm not sure if that's new, if I bought that or not, but it is in good condition regardless. And there it is with these 3 little rhinestones and the swirl design. It's really pretty. 3 inches, it's about 5 inches altogether with the clasp, I think. Yeah, about 5 inches. And she is our number 15. and she's going to be $6 for this pretty little angel purse charm. Okay, now I'll show you, where is it? The one that I've already repaired of Pat's, and what's taking so long on the rest of them is that I have to find rhinestones that will fit the different settings. And those are pretty precise sizes. So this, she messaged me back saying or it was actually through her comments, I think, or through my comments. She messaged me back saying she wasn't sure if this is real or not, if it's real Chanel, but it is still super, super cute. It's a little silver tone purse with the black enamel and your Chanel logo. And I replaced the missing rhinestones. I think there were 7 or maybe 9 missing rhinestones, and I replaced all of those. They didn't have prongs, so I just used adhesive to get them in there, and they're different. I don't know if you can tell by profile, they're different heights than the ones that were in there originally. But when you look straight on, they still seem to fit. And then it's hollow on the back with a little C cut out and little heart cutouts. And it's really, really cute. And so I have those stones in there. And then a few of the other items all just need stones. And I am searching for stones that are the right size that will fit in those settings. So I'll show you the rest of those as they get repaired. And so now moving into the rest of the items in today's sale. So first, here's this little snowball ring. It had a missing rhinestone, which I replaced, and a tiny, tiny bit of discoloration right there. Let me actually see if a little bit of polish can take that off. Not completely, just a little tiny bit of discoloration just right there. And that's the only place that it is on this whole ring. It looks like a little snowball. It has these pretty little scrolls on the sides. It's a nice statement ring. It's so pretty. But the only place where it's discolored is in that one tiny little spot, which is on the bottom, really, just like looking at the ring from the angle that you would mostly be seeing it. You don't really see that discoloration. The size is just over a 7 1/4, just about. That's how it looks on. Very, very cute. And since it has that discoloration on it, we'll do a deal. That's going to be number 16. And we'll do it for, let's just do it for $6. It's silver tone. Actually, let's just do it for $5 because of that discoloration on there. So number 16 for $5. It's new. And nothing wrong with it except that tiny little spot right there. There we go, $5, number 16. Okay, I bought these new just because so many of you like Millefiori, so many of you like glass. I bought these because I saw them and thought, oh, my ladies and gentlemen will love these. So they're just these glass Millefiori rings in different colors. And I'm going to do them individually just so it'll be easier to tell me which one you're interested in by number than by having to describe each one. So I'm just going to show you each one. And they're good sizes. I'll give you a size on each one. I have somebody who needs a larger ring size, and I don't think these were in random lots, and I don't think I got any really large ones in the lot. You just had to take what you got. So starting off, this one is sort of a reddish, sort of a warm red. And it has little touches of purple, black, and white in it. And then you can see it's all encased in clear glass with the colored glass inside. That's how this one looks. I thought these were so cute. These are all going to be $6 each. This one is a size just a hair over an 8. These are all $6 each. And 17 will be the red one. But all you have to do is tell me the number. You don't have to describe it at all. Just say you want 17 if you want that one. So next is, this is the only green one. And it's this mint seafoam green with a little bit of a darker teal green in there. And a lighter kind of lime green. In the middle of the flowers is that same, about the same kind of warm red as in the last ring I showed you. Very, very pretty. The other green that's back here is sort of a bluish green. And again, all of these are the colored glass encased in the clear glass. If you can tell along that edge right there, that's all encased in clear glass. Super pretty. This is, this one's also just a touch over an 8. And it's going to be number 18 for the green one. Okay, orange. You have black and red and yellow and white, and then a very pale blue and white. Very pretty. All of these are new. So they're not going to be scratched up or anything like that. Let's see, again, this one is the same size, just over an 8. And it's going to be number 19 for orange. Okay, pink. This is a very pale blush pink. You have blue, orange, and green on both of those little flowers. On the underside is a very faint purpley, unless that's just the way the shadow looks. But they're very dimensional, very pretty. And this one is right on an 8. So 20 will be pink. Okay, next is white. And you have pink, orange, blue, yellow, all these different colors in there. See it from all sides, and again, still encased in the clear glass. These are just really, really fun. This one's a little bigger. This one's about an 8.5. So 21 is white. Okay, dark blue. I love this one. So you have black and white, and it looks like stars in the middle of those. And then this really neat flower that has a little bit of greenish right there. You have some red, and it flares down the sides. I love that deep, rich blue. This one is also about an 8.5. And blue is going to be 22. Again, just tell me the number if you're interested. Let's see, we have 2 yellows. So we're going to call this one golden. I don't know if it's coming across on camera or not, but this is more like an egg yolk color. And you have blue and white. And see, orange and white and green and white right there. And the size on this one, it's a little smaller. This one's about a 7.5. So I'm going to call this one, well, it's number 23, and I'm just going to call it golden. I'm running out of room. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to call this one peach, but it's not really peach. I think it's more of like a nude. But it has orange, a little tiny bit of blue, tiny bit of green, and you got some white. Look at this one. Love the three-dimensional look of that one right there. These are so pretty. I hope I called it right. I thought everybody would love these. So that's why I bought these new when I saw them. See, this one's also 7.5. So I'm going to have to empty the bag out to write on it now. So 24 is, I'm just going to call it peach. Peach or nude. All you have to call it is 24, and I'll know which one you're talking about. Okay, then, let's see, we have this black one, which is really dramatic, with yellow, white, orange, and blue. Again, this one is very dimensional looking right here. I love how it just flares down the side of the ring. And it has all of these little inclusions in it. Actually, this one's got a little chip right there. So we'll do this one for $3 since it has that chip. But it's a tiny, tiny chip. You can see it right there. The size on the black one is about a 7 3/4. So 25 will be black, and it's going to be $3 because of the chip. And then last, yellow, and you have orange and white, you have green and white and black, again encased in the clear glass. So pretty. I love these. Okay, this one is just over a 7, almost a 7 1/4. So that's number 26, and that's yellow. So here are the colors for your reference of the glass Millefiori rings. They're all $6 each, except for the black one is $3 because it has that chip. Next is these Heritage by Kit Heath. They are 925 pearl earrings, new in the box, ready to gift. These actually sell used for around $20. Not this exact style, but other styles by Kit Heath of 925 pearl earrings, or with or without pearls, actually sell around $20 or so. But these are new in the box, ready for gifting. There's your 925 mark right there. I'm not sure if you can see it very well or not. And this is a brand that you can trust, but just full transparency, I guess. I always want you to see the test results. And there it is. So you always want to check to make sure, I guess, even if it is a trusted brand, just because it says that in the box doesn't necessarily mean that these are the earrings that came in the box in some cases. Now, these came from Jeanette at Gigi's Gems. I don't think they came in my last box. I think it came a couple of boxes ago, but I can trust what she sends. So I wouldn't think that they would be switched a different brand, you know, in this box, getting it from her, because it's going to be all honest whenever I get something from her. So all of that said, these are Heritage by Kit Heath Pearl Drop 925 earrings, and they're going to list for about $20 to $25. Being new in the box, probably closer to $25 if they don't sell here. So I am going to list them, or not list them, I'm going to offer them right here. Let's see, we're up to number 27 after all those fun glass rings. So I'm going to offer them for $12, and they'll probably list for $25 after, if they don't sell here off the video. I'd rather sell them here because I've got more connection, you know, with the people who watch my channel than people who I don't get to interact with at all. You know, through eBay, I get to interact through messaging and all of that once they buy something, but I'd rather sell them here. This I've shown before, and I was really surprised it didn't sell the first time I showed it. These are all sterling right here. All sterling bars, all sterling hardware and everything. It is Silpata. This is leather. And all of these big bars right here are sterling. You know it's sterling because, you know, Silpata doesn't use silver tone. But I'm going to, again, just so you can see the test. There's what I'm going to call pendant. There's the pendant. And we'll do the clasp right here. And there it is, no surprise with it being Silpata. So what you have is a layered necklace that's kind of long. I'll give you the measurement since I have it all stretched out here already, and then I'll show you all the particulars. So it's a 13-inch drop to the shortest layer, and the longest layer is a 16-inch drop. And then you have about a 2-inch extender. So you have 6 strands of leather cord in this soft dove gray. And it comes down to these little bands right here, which I didn't test those, but those are sterling also. Silpata is not going to use anything but sterling. Or I think they use brass as well from time to time, but they're not going to use like brass that's plated with sterling or anything. If it's brass, it's just going to be brass if it's Silpata. But then you have these pendants, I guess, that are attached by looping the cord around the ends. And it's this shape repeated. The largest one at the top, on the top layer, then the next size down on the middle layer, and the smallest one on the bottom layer. So that when you're wearing it at the bottom, it looks like this. Now, when I'm using my new camera setup with that boom that I can attach it to, I can hold these up and you can see them in their full length at once. But this is what it'll look like at the bottom when you're wearing it. And the longest, like down to here is that 16-inch drop. And then down to this is where you have the 13-inch drop. But it's absolutely beautiful. Silpata, leather, and sterling. It's number 28. I have no idea what I listed it for or offered it for before. I have shown this once before, and I was surprised it didn't get bought at that time. I'm probably going to list it for about 30. So I'm going to offer it here. I'll offer it for 15. If I offered it for less than 15 before, and just send me a screenshot of that in whatever video that's in, and I'll honor the lower price. I don't think I would have listed it lower than that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But it's still a deal. There we go. Okay, 29 is this pair of sterling. And I think onyx earrings. And these are, I forgot these had a mark on them. Let me take a close look at it. So yeah, I forgot. I've had these for a while. These are Bars. The mark is Bars Thailand 925. Or I think Thailand, THAI, I think is right there. But then it says Bars 925, and that's onyx. And Bars onyx earrings go regularly for around $30 to $35. So, and that's on eBay. Let's see, is that going to fit in here? No. So these will probably get listed for $30 if they don't sell here. So I'm going to offer those also for $15. Number 29 for $15. Bars onyx earrings. Let me bring over Erlene so you can see how those look when you wear them. And there you go. Those are beautiful. They have a nice vintage patina on them. And they're kind of small. About, let's see, including the ear wire, they hang down about an inch. And the dangle is about a ½ inch across. So there those are, and they're stunningly simple and beautiful. Stunningly simple. I meant they're stunning even though they're simple. Number 29 for $15. Bars onyx. And then last, number 30 is actually 2 items just because there's 2 of them available, but it's the same thing. And so this is what it is. I said I would offer these up, and here they are. And there's just 2 available, but I'm just going to number them both 30. Well, I don't know. I'll number them 30 and 31. Make things easier. But there we go. Labradorite, and I think it was quartz, if I remember correctly. And then it dangles right there. I've talked about these on video before, but I don't remember offering them up because the bag that they're in didn't have any kind of price or number written on it. But these are, oh, it's when I showed those earrings before, all of the hoop earrings that I made them from. That's when I was talking about that. So I believe this is Labradorite just because of the gorgeous flash. I can even see it right here. Hopefully it's coming across on camera. And then you have the green and the red right here, I believe are quartz. So you have a little dangly right there. I just took one of the stones off and wired it to hang it down and just give it a little bit of movement and interest right there. And that's how it'll hang when you wear it. And the chains are kind of long on these. No extenders, and the drop is 12 inches, and then the pendant is another couple of inches. And there they are. They're absolutely gorgeous. One, in case you're interested more in one than the other, this one looks more orangey in my opinion. This one looks more reddish in my opinion. But then both of those are green, and at the bottom there is labradorite. And these are going to be $6 each, number 30 and 31. So just, let's see, just in case you're interested more in one color than the other, the more reddish colored one, I'm putting in the 31 bag. The more orangey one, I'm putting in the 30 bag. This is the more orangey one right here. So there we go, 30 and 31. These upcycled earrings made from these Avon vintage from the 80s hoop earrings. So that is it for this week's video, the first one of March. I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the content as much as I enjoyed creating it. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with someone else who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.